What's up, guys? Like I said a couple hours ago, I got like 4 different things I want to talk about, and not a lot of time to do it because of the fact that my brain's starting to shut down. But at the same time, I don't want to wait until tomorrow to do this because, you know, it's just more work. If I can chip a little bit away now, why not? So anyway, we're going to talk about 2 of the things. I'm going to combine them, make it one thing, because they're both kind of small, as long as I keep focused. Okay, so Eibach is coming to Orlando in April. Now, I won't be living back in Florida by April, but there's like specials, you know, for cheap ass airline tickets between where I live now and Orlando. I think it's like a direct flight, and I can afford that, so I'll do that. And also, even if I couldn't afford it, you know, we're going to be in income tax season. $200, $300 for a round trip ticket, it's not going to be a big thing. So I'm definitely going to be in Orlando for Eibach. Now, also one of the big things is here is like I've wanted to do Eibach, you know, Import Alliance, Import Face Off, these things like that. So I just found out tonight that this was going to be happening there when Brian was talking on the other video that I uploaded about my plans going back to Florida. And he's saying he wanted to get ready to go to Eibach and all that stuff. I'm like, oh, well, I'd like to go to Eibach. I'm pretty sure that, Robbie from Refi Movement is going to be there. And it'll be Brian, so I can meet up with both those guys again. And hopefully I can even bring a new engine or send a new engine before the event. So that way one of these 2 guys will have a new engine for me to compete with. Okay, so the idea is, like I mentioned before, that I was going to do a high compression B18 for Brian, and I just happened to have the GSR or the fake ass GSR on hand. Brian's looking for more power. He's looking for a replacement for that. So that engine that he's got now currently from me is probably going to get pulled out and put aside somewhere until I can get back my hands on it and do some other shit with it. And in the meantime, he's either going to look for a B20 or hopefully I can get this engine block fast enough done and get it down there to him. And if that's not the case, and if Brian decides that he wants to go a different route for right now, because he will be getting an engine from me, even if it's not before the whole Eibach thing, but by the time I get back down there for sure. But anyway, I was reading through the comments again, the one that Robbie left from Refi Movement, and he was talking about that he wants to get, he's going from a single cam, I'm guessing a non-VTEC single cam, to a Z6 that he's got. He says he wants to get better driving on the track, better handling, yeah, better practice on the track at a lower power level before increasing power. Now, Robbie, if you are the one that ends up with this engine, I can't guarantee you right now that you are, or even if you're interested in the B series, and you know, that's presumptuous of me. But if that's the case, then this block in particular, you could go straight LS and make about 170 horsepower with bolt-ons, or you can go LSV and make over 200. Now, 170 is definitely faster than Z6, but it's not like crazy fast. It's definitely going to be noticeably faster, but not like I can't control this type fast. Now, if you go the LSV route and you go the 200 plus horsepower route, that will feel incredibly fast if you have not been in a super fast Honda. And again, this is kind of presumptuous of me. I'm not for sure the fastest Honda you've been in. But if you haven't been behind the wheel of a 200 horsepower, 2,500 pound car, it's pretty exciting. But again, still completely controllable. It's not like anything at the 300 horsepower plus range where you're talking about getting serious with power. So there's that. Now, I mentioned before that I would like to be able to get a booth at one of these events and, have, engines and whatnot, but that's, of course, not going to be the case. I'm not going to be living there. I can't put short blocks in a carry-on or whatnot. So the idea is, the reception I got for that video was better than I was hoping for, and apparently there's a lot of you guys that are in the Central Florida area that are interested in meeting up. as the time comes closer for the Eibach meet, I will be pushing this a lot more to try and get as many of you guys that are in Florida aware, and maybe then I can start taking like a tally of how many people expect to come or are planning on coming, and I can, if I can, I'll start making shirts, specific shirts for people who plan to show up if the crowd's not too big, and I can bring like a backpack full of shirts and decals and pass those out while I'm there. Yeah, but anyway, it's just like the big reason I want to come is I want to link up with Brian again. I want to definitely talk about the future of what route we're going to go once I get there. And there's one thing talking back and forth, you know, through instant messenger or whatnot, but it's a whole other thing when you can actually sit down face to face and like really talk things out. And I'm a little bit, I don't know, maybe that's an old school thing, but that's the way I prefer. And then the same thing with Robbie. I'd very, very much like to meet Robbie, find out his goals and exactly what he's doing with his car, with his channel and whatnot, and then possibly arrange for even more collaboration later on down the line. Okay, so yeah, that pretty much wraps that up. I am going to be at the Eibach meet. I will pre-order my ticket if I feel like, if it's a little bit on the pricier side where I'm thinking it might be a little bit expensive for like a regular buy, then I will buy the ticket early in February when I get the tax return, so that way I can lock that in. Yes, there's that. And then I guess the other like kind of exciting news is a lot of you guys have asked me throughout my channel life about nitrous, and I made a nitrous video of why I don't like nitrous. But I've also said, I'm pretty sure even in that video, that I'm not against doing a nitrous build. It's just not a priority of mine. If I have a nitrous kit in front of me and a boost kit in front of me, and I have to spend money, chances are I'm going to buy the turbo kit just because of the fact that I can bolt on a turbo kit in my sleep. I'm very familiar and comfortable with turbo, and I don't know enough on it. I've never installed a nitrous kit, so I'm going to have to learn how to do that. I'm sure it's not too complicated, but anyway, I got to learn how to install a nitrous kit. And you know, that's just thing, you know, spending money on something you're not 100% sure about. Plus, like I said, I've already listed my reasons why I don't like nitrous, but I also am still very curious to try. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this is because last night, or I guess earlier in the morning, I was talking to Christian Miranda, who happens to live in Tampa. And in the conversation, he came up, he's like, "Hey, I have this nitrous kit. You can have it." I'm like, he was like, "You can have it if you want it." I'm like, "Well, yeah, I want it. Give me that nitrous kit. I will definitely take that off your hands." I had somebody tell me before, "You want a nitrous kit?" I was like, "Well, yeah, I'll take the nitrous kit." And he's like, $250. I'm like, "Nah, I don't want the nitrous kit." So yeah, there's that. So I want the nitrous kit. And now he's like, "Well, I haven't really dealt with shipping like this. You know, it's a big ass bottle and whatnot." So I'm like, "Okay, I understand. You know, that's cool." He's like, "I hold it for you." Or, you know, and I had made mention that my mom lives in the Tampa area, so I plan on going to Tampa, and I definitely would like to reconnect with somebody. I never gave you a shout out before, Mark Ellerman. He sold me a B16 block, the last B16 block I had. He lives in Tampa, and so that'd be another guy that I can link up with there too. The other day when I was talking about my Florida goals and having a guy in Tampa, Mark, I'm not sure if I know that you occasionally pop in on my comments on my Facebook page. I'm not sure you follow my channel. I will be sending you this video in a DM because I have plans for you in the future. Okay, so about this nitrous kit. So when you guys were asking me about nitrous, like, well, when you ever plan on doing one? I'm like, I would like to do one day, but it was always just a someday thing. I could never really say when it was going to happen. It would just have to be an opportunity that I couldn't pass up. It was really cheap, or in a situation where it's being donated to me. So with that being said, if everything goes off without a problem, the idea is that I'm going to talk to my mother tomorrow and my brother, so I can give them a heads up, get the address, and have Christian drop the nitrous kit at my mom's house. And either have my mom ship it to me, or I'll just pick it up when I get down there. But the thing is at least I know if it's at my mom's house, then it's secure and waiting for me, and it's not going to be bothered until I can get there and get it. And then my nitrous build scenario goes from someday to for sure it's going to happen. And then once I have the nitrous kit in my fucking possession, I can start making serious plans. As a matter of fact, this weekend I'm going to toy with the idea of different builds to go. Right now I'm kind of leaning towards either a K K build or like a G23 or an H22, simply because the fact that I want to get the most out of the NA version, like squeeze as much power NA as I can, and then throw nitrous on top of it. And the biggest candidates for that 4-cylinder wise are the H and the K. Now the J is a whole other monster, so that'll be something that happens later on down the line, but definitely something I want to do. And I'm leaning towards the K, even though I already have an HN. Who knows? That's, like I said, I'm not trying to think about that right now. I'm trying to secure the kit first, and then think about once it's in my possession, or in my mom's possession, which would be an extension in mine. So there's that. So I thought maybe the nitrous thing, the future nitrous build, might make a couple of you guys happy, and plus I definitely want to start getting out the word about the Eibach thing, and that I for sure will be there. I'm definitely going to be making plans for that. Yeah. So I guess that's it. I guess going to Eibach in April will be like a precursor for me in my return. Honestly, by the time April comes, if everything goes according to plan, I should already know exactly when I'm going to be coming back and where I'm going to be going to. I mean, I know I'm going to Broward, but where exactly in Broward I'm going to be going. All right, so that was it. I just wanted to give a quick rundown. Just to give a heads up for the other video ideas I want to talk about, as CSS is finally, I think I finally feel comfortable about making a video specifically for them. This is something I've wanted to do for a while. I've wanted to specifically make a video about just CSS, but I felt like it would be kind of regurgitating content, because I've already mentioned CSS in 2 prior videos, and one of them being about, you know, the cylinder reinforcement, like really preaching on that. So but we're definitely going to talk about CSS. It's going to get its own video tomorrow. And the other one is that that fucking 1,400 horsepower engine out of, was it, I think Ramey Motorsports or whatever, with the 4-piston head on it. I think if I keep seeing big ass shit like this in 4-pistons, 4-pistons is going to have to get their own fucking playlist. Because they keep popping up recently. Anyway, so I don't know if I've said it or not before, but this is going to wrap it up. That's it. I'm done. Really tired. I'm starting to fucking scramble my words up here. And I know I should probably make videos more often when I'm awake, but this isn't really like a technical discussion, so I'm not really worried about messing anything up here. This is kind of like a news thing, although I still think it's kind of important. So yeah, talk to you guys later. Peace.